My name is Buddy Rich, and it's the month of October, and my instructor's name is Jay. Um, Sorry, I didn't remember your last name. It's Murphy. So today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about acceleration of gravity and free fall that we learned in Chapter 1. I find that this is important to my degree program of mobile development because we have to give the users a realistic feel when they're playing a video game or even a simulator, um, especially when you're having objects that are falling from the sky, or you have to click to counter gravity. You want to make it so that they don't have to click way more than the gravity pulls, because yes, we know gravity is great, but it shouldn't be 8 times as much as the jump that we want. Somebody doesn't have to try 8 times harder to jump from a surface, on Earth. So we want to create it similar to every time, but we don't also want them to be weightless to where I can click it once and I jump off the screen completely. So you have to find that equilibrium balance. Now, with acceleration of gravity, when something is just dropped at a normal rate of speed and it's falling, it is at 9.8 meters per second. And that is what it is here on Earth. Now, it changes based on the gravitational fields that you are at, like in different locations around the globe, because of the poles. So things are a little bit different, but for the most part, it's anywhere from like 9.8 to like 10.0, and sometimes it's a little bit less, according to the website that I checked out. They actually have a chart where you can input your location, and it'll tell you what your actual gravity pull is at that current location. It's really neat. Um, so I am going to use Flappy Birds as my experiment, and I'm going to do this because this is a game that I feel that has made millions of dollars, but that people love, and I don't really understand it. I prefer more games like you know Angry Birds that we used in class. The physics were pretty realistic, and the angles that we were using for our velocity and stuff like that, based on how far you pulled it back and the angle that you were shooting at, you could pretty much guesstimate where you were going to go, and especially after using our cannon demonstration that we did earlier. So let's jump right into it. So I'm going to click restart. As you can see, I'm terrible at this game, and when I click these, I am clicking a lot more than it is when it falls. It takes me a lot longer to counter the gravity than it does for him to fall. If I click once, he falls within a second. Um, so it's not even realistic of time, where it was at 1.5 earlier today on our cannonball, no matter the distance. So it's kind of off based off the physics that we have learned. Also, when you click up, like this is me just clicking every once in a while, and I shouldn't steadily be falling if I'm clicking and a steady repetition, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I shouldn't be falling. I am countering gravity, and so the fact that I keep declining when I should be staying in a straight line means that something is wrong in the physics engine that he created, if he even created one. Now that brings me to my other thing. In things like video game development, you have physics engines that you create that run all of your physics, so they're very realistic for games, like Star Wars Battlefront, Destiny, all those types of games, even soccer and football, FIFA and Madden. They use physics engines to do a lot of that work for them. When you're creating a mobile app, it needs to be more compact. You don't have a lot of memory to create a whole physics engine to take care of that. So you're writing this stuff in code. So that, as a mobile developer, makes us need to understand this even that much more. If we don't understand the physics of how things in a natural world are supposed to react, then we cannot emulate them in code. We don't have somebody saying, here's something that will take care of all of your physics. We have to physically know how to do the math, and we have to physically write this, hard code this stuff in, so that way the game reacts how we want it to. That is why this is so important to me, because if you don't use this correctly, it can ruin the user in the game that you were trying to create instantaneously. I hope that this was enough information for you guys. I want to give a shout out to flappybird.io for one of my resources. They have a simulator built online in case any of you want to check it out. And I also want to give physicsclassroom.com They're who I got some information from. They have a lot of really interesting stuff for everybody. So if you want to learn a little bit more stuff, and then this is the gravitational fields thing that I was telling you about. It's kind of cool. So I appreciate it. And once again, my name's Buddy Rich, and I am Mobile Development. Have a great evening.